There is a massive amount of activity reshaping American education right now, spanning from local classroom rule changes to high-stakes political battles in Washington. The top stories dominating U.S. education include 1. The battle over the federal education department. The federal government is in the middle of a massive structural shakeup as the Trump administration pushes to downsize the Department of Education. The policy, led by Education Secretary Linda McMahon, the department has begun transferring core responsibilities, such as special education oversight and civil rights enforcement, out of the agency and shifting them to Health and Human Services, HHS, and the Department of Justice, DOJ. The backlash. This has triggered severe political friction. Congressional Democrats introduced articles of impeachment against Secretary McMahon, arguing that dismantling and outsourcing the department's duties without explicit congressional approval is illegal. 2. Los Angeles bans screen time for youngest students. In what is becoming a landmark case for classroom technology, the nation's second-largest school district is aggressively scaling back on devices. The rules. The Los Angeles Unified School District, LAUSD, unanimously approved a policy to completely ban school-issued screens and digital devices for early education, kindergarten, and first-grade students. This restriction even applies to homework. The outlook, driven by rising concerns over attention spans, mental health, and digital dependency, the strict policy is being heavily watched by school boards nationwide as a potential blueprint for other districts. 3. College accountability. Crackdowns and court battles. Higher education is seeing a wave of rapid regulatory changes and counter-lawsuits regarding student debt and program value. The Stats Rule. The Department of Education finalized the Student Tuition and Transparency System, STATS, and Earnings Accountability Framework. Under this rule, colleges must prove that their graduates earn more than a typical high school diploma holder. Programs that consistently fail to provide a financial return on investment will lose access to federal student loans. Loan caps blocked. At the same time, a federal court stepped in to temporarily block a different administration policy that attempted to cap graduate student loans at $100,000 for degrees not labeled professional. Critics argued the cap would have decimated pipelines for vital fields like graduate-level K-12 teaching degrees. The big picture. Between the aggressive push to return education control entirely to individual states and local communities executing major technological pushbacks, the landscape of American schooling is experiencing its most volatile period since the pandemic.